let's look at how to service a route using the iPhone app. Now, the first thing you should do upon installing the app is to go into Setup and enter your mobile ID. Your mobile ID will be assigned to you by your admin. So you click on Setup and it goes into Setup. And here's a button that says Enter Mobile ID. You're going to click on that button and it goes into the mobile ID screen. Now you're going to click inside of the input box and it'll bring up the keyboard. And then you're going to type in your mobile ID that's been assigned to you. Once you've typed it in, you're going to click the Save button and it will save that mobile ID for you. Now, once you've entered your mobile ID, now you're going to get your route, chemicals, parts from inventory, and notes that you're going to need to service the pool. So let's start doing them one by one. We're going to get our route. And it'll contact the server and get the route. And you click OK here. And then we're going to get our chemicals. And click OK. And we're going to get our parts. And we click OK. Then we're going to get our notes. And then we're going to click OK. Okay, so now that we've done all four, now we're just going to go back to the main screen. And this time we're going to click on Service My Route. That's the option that's going to bring up the route sheet. And here's the route sheet. And let's take a quick look at it. You'll notice that it has 2 asterisks here. And that's just pointing to the pool that you're currently working on. Okay, one of the things that you should try not to do is to enter some information for a pool and then when you come back into another option, enter information for a different pool. That doesn't work. You must record all the information for one pool, and then when you're done with that pool, then you can go on to some other pool. Now, you don't have to service all the pools in the exact sequence, even though if your admin has arranged the pools for you to service in that sequence, you should. But the tool will not stop you from servicing a pool that doesn't follow one that you've already finished. Okay, now the other thing to notice on this display is that some of them have a time and this little SR. SR means service request. That means the customer has requested service, and this is a special job that you need to do. There are 2 of them on the screen. Here's one and here's the other one. Okay, so this one should be done at 11 and this one should be done at 4. So if you have a timed job that's scheduled, you should go to that appointment on time because the homeowner might be waiting for you to do that job. Okay, let's service a regularly scheduled pool, which we'll just do the first one on top. So all we do is click on it and it brings up the address. Okay, up at the top of the address here, you'll notice the gate access information. Here's the pool address and a phone number to contact someone if you need to, and the type of service you're going to be performing. But that follows the gate access information, and the gate access information, if you notice, fills up the rest of the screen, and there may be more. This screen is scrollable, so just click on it and drag up and you'll be able to see the rest of the information. So here, for example, is some pool specs and the 2 visits that you did prior and the readings and chemicals that you added to that pool, and any notes that you left for yourself. Okay, so you can always scroll through that to see the rest of the information. Okay, let's start servicing the pool. To service the pool, the first thing we're going to do is to click the Start button, and you'll notice the button changes color to let you know that you've already pressed it. And the next thing we're going to do is take some readings and log some chemicals. So we're going to click Log Chems, and it brings up the Chems screen. And the Chems screen is going to show you the last time you visited the pool, what readings you took, and which chemicals you added. So now let's see about adding some chlorine to the pool and take in chlorine readings. So we're going to click on free chlorine, and it brings up a list of the readings. So you can scroll this list and simply select the value that you took for your reading. Once you've done that, then you're going to click on add chems if you need to add chemicals. If you don't need to add chemicals, you can click cancel. But let's go ahead and add a chemical. So we're going to click the add chems, and it brings up the chemicals screen. You'll notice that here it shows you a list of the chemicals that you have in inventory. Let's go ahead and add some chlorine tablets. So we're going to click on 3-inch chlorine tablets, and you notice it shows you the name up at the top. The next thing we're going to do is enter the quantity. So we're going to tap inside of the quantity box, and it brings up the keyboard. So we're going to enter 4 tablets. So we click the 4, and you notice it added the 4 in the box. Now the unit is tablets, but what if the unit was incorrect? How would we fix that? Well, to fix it, all you're going to do is click this button that's marked with a plus sign, and it's going to change the unit for you. So you just keep tapping it until the correct unit shows in that box. We want tablets, so when tablets are shown, we're back. Okay, so here are tablets, so that's the correct unit, and that's how you change the unit. Now, if the customer had given me these tablets to put in the pool, I would have to indicate that. So what I would do is click this button that says customer owned. All you have to do is tap on the button here. It's called a switch. Just tap on it, and you'll notice the color changes. I'm going to say the customer did not give me this chlorine tablets that I'm going to use in this pool, so I'm just going to turn the switch off. So all I have to do is touch it again, and the switch goes off. Okay, now we're going to tap save to save the chemical, and it gives us a success message, and we just tap OK, and we've saved that chemical. So now all I have to do is click finish, and it takes me back to the chem screen, and you see the free chlorine button is gray to tell you that you've already done that. You can add other chemicals and other readings the same way. So let's click finish now to go back to the next screen. Okay, takes us back to the customer screen, and now we're going to log our tasks. So we're going to click on the log task button, and it brings up the list of tasks that we need to perform. So I'm going to do each task, and as I do them, I'm going to touch the switch to indicate that I've completed it. So all I do is touch the switch, and it will turn it on. So now that I've turned them all on, now I simply click finish to indicate that I'm done, and then it's going to ask me, are you recording any filter pressure readings? If you are recording filter pressure readings, you're going to select it from the list. This list is scrollable, so you can scroll up or down to find the exact reading. So let's say we select a filter pressure reading, then we're going to click finish to indicate that we're done entering those readings. You can record extra services and notes and reminders and log parts. Let's enter some notes. Let's take a look at it. So once you click the notes button, you'll notice that there's a list of notes, and it's scrollable. You can scroll up or down just by dragging your finger over it. To add a note, all you have to do is select the subject from the list. So just tap the particular subject, and you'll notice that the subject is shown up at the top to indicate that you've selected it. We also have alerts, and an alert is a message, a special message that tells the customer there is something wrong with your pool and it requires your immediate attention. If you need to add an alert, just tap on the particular subject. For example, if I wanted to add water, tell the customer to add water to their pool, I would just simply tap add water, and you'll notice it'll show up. If you tap an option and it's the wrong one, and you want to undo it, all you do is tap the same option again. For example, if I tapped add water and I didn't really mean to do that, all I would have to do is tap it again, and notice it goes away. So that's how you can undo your selection. There's also a box here if you need to type your own message and you're allowed to type a message to the customer. That box will be available for you to type a message. If you're not allowed to type a message, you will not see that box. You will not be able to type in that box. Okay, so now that we're done with the notes, we can click the finish button to go back to the next screen. Okay, the next screen says, do you want to leave a note for yourself? So the next time you visit the pool, you'll see this note. For now, we don't need to add a note, so we can just skip the notes. And then the one below that says, do you want to leave a reminder for yourself? Now, notice that below the reminder box is a line that says, remind me every, and it has a number, weeks. If you want this reminder to be repeated every so often, then put the number of weeks that you want the reminder to be repeated. For example, you just tap in the box and it brings up this the keyboard. So then you're going to take out the 0. Just tap that little button, take out the 0. And if I want to be reminded every 4 weeks, I just tap the number 4, and there is the number of weeks. Okay, so that's how you could put in a repeating reminder, and then you simply tap inside the box and add your message. When you're done typing your message, you can click the done key to make the keyboard go away, just like that, and then you click the finish button. Since I'm not actually typing a message, I'm going to click the cancel button to exit this screen. Okay, so that's how you add notes or reminders. We're going to do the other options as separate videos because we don't want this video to be too long. And so we're now done with this pool. So then all I have to do is click the finish button, and it asks me, are you done with this pool? Since I'm done with the pool, I'm going to tap yes, and you notice the address falls off the list. So to service your entire route, all you do is service the other pools the same way until there are no more addresses left on the route, and that's how you service your route using the iPhone app.